Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Hailey Beer from Warwick Business School, and I'm going to talk to you about social impact measurement in the cultural sector as part of the Academy of Management's PDW on how theories and measurement of social impact matter. The specific project is the impact evaluation of the United Kingdom's Coventry City of Culture 2021. City of Culture is a public investment vehicle to use culture to drive positive social change in cities in need of rejuvenation and growth of different sorts. Cities have to bid to win City of Culture. It's a competition. And as part of Coventry's original bid, they portrayed this as being an opportunity to use culture as a force for social justice, inclusion, and empowerment of seldom heard groups around the city, ultimately leading towards better community and social cohesion. My role in this study is twofold, and so I am an insider observer in the sense that I am part of the core monitoring and evaluation team, and I've been involved in designing and implementing and now analyzing and communicating the data that comes from the evaluation, as well as playing an academic role here and studying the effects of impact measurement on different stakeholders. The definition of social impact in this study and in the evaluation itself is that it is the subjective changes in condition, which might be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, or cultural, that occur for the people involved in an intervention. And so in our case, a cultural event, an art activity. This definition comes from literature on positive social change by organizations, as well as theories of performance measurement. At the heart of being able to measure change in the city, stemming from City of Culture, is a theory of change. And so a very common framework in impact measurement. And indeed, we have 4 impacts that we are targeting through this work. I'm giving you one example here. And so the example is Coventry citizens positively influence and shape the city they want to live in. You can see the bigger theory of change online if you search for it, and if you're interested. These impacts are underpinned by outcomes, in this instance, such as increase in civic pride or community-led production and programming, increased cultural participation and activism, and also outputs. We are monitoring this and evaluating these changes through multiple forms of data collection. And so at the foundation, we have monitoring data, surveys, and research collected by surveys in the city. So there's some data being collected through the household survey run by the city council, but as well as through audience ticketing data and other sources of cultural industry data about the city. This is helping us, for one, lay a baseline for the city, so where the city started in terms of the indicators on the theory of change, but then how it changes over time. On top of this, we have specialized consultancies doing an economic impact assessment and a social return on investment. We have 4 commission case studies, which are looking in depth qualitatively at particular outcomes of importance and significance to the assumptions in the theory of change. For example, how specific seldom heard groups in the city are experiencing the events and program. And in addition to this, there's a series of ad hoc studies led by students and scientists and artists in the city. Right now, there's about 60 of these going on. All in all, we will combine these numbers and stories, or the economic value and the social value, to talk about the cultural value created at City of Culture. To give you a little bit of a flavor of the way that we are measuring the data, this is a snapshot of what is called the Cultural Place Profiler, which is a way in which we've aggregated all of the numbers, the quantitative data, into one place to allow comparison and contrasting. So for example, we can look at changes in our indicators at a ward level, so a postcode level or a street level. So enabling us to see, for example, the difference across population for cultural participation and social cohesion and safety. this type of data is really relevant for helping us understand areas where engagement is lower and particular strategies for reaching them. On the more qualitative side, we're doing things like value of change workshops, which involve stakeholders in talking about the theory of change in their own words, and precisely in this workshop, depicting the value that the change has for them. And so in their own words, what it meant to be involved and what that led to. And so we've got participants telling us things like, I can't remember being this confident before. And artists telling us stuff such as challenging the stigma of who is qualified to make and create art. And so this is really powerful ways of getting at the type of social impact that is being created by City of Culture. On the academic side, we are looking at several areas. And so one is the role that impact measurement is playing for different stakeholder groups and how that affects them. And so is it indeed driving inclusion with seldom heard groups? Does it help to strengthen legacy? Lenses like inequalities and social processes and phenomenological inquiries help here. I'm also exploring the conceptions and boundaries of social value versus cultural value. Is one a subset of the other? How are they related? And there's also methodological insight, such as how to quantify social value at a national level, particularly here in the cultural sector. Debates between the two consultancies will be critical in this regard. They're looking at things, for example, like, should we determine volunteer benefits to be economic or social, and which part belongs to which type of value? And so that's all I'll go over with you today. I look forward to seeing you at the panel. Thanks.